Hi everybody, hope you're well. This video was requested by Jasmine Blake. In this video I'm going to be talking about the benefits of using pieces of cloud with your horses. So first I'm going to briefly talk about a piece of cloud, and then I'm going to talk about the piece of cloud pack. So a piece of cloud, whenever you give it to your horse becomes 4 months younger and you get 2 aging points as a result of using it. Please note that this item does not make the horse age and does not change the action log. If you give a fragment to a horse at 4 p.m, the horse will get younger by 4 months, but the time in the action log will stay at 4 p.m. The fragment has no impact on energy, health, or morale, and you can only give up to 20 pieces of cloud to a horse between 5 and 30 years old. So I've got a horse here, okay, and this one I have used a piece of cloud on, and you can see if I hover over it tells me I've used 1 piece of cloud on this horse. So what I'm going to go and show you now is, if I open up one of the horses that I have here, okay, and I decide, okay, I want to use a piece of cloud on this mare, so I click piece of cloud, and I use one, right? Before we use that on her, I'm just going to quickly show you something. So if I bring my horse back up here, right, so you can see that she has woken up at 6 and she hasn't done anything, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to put her in an EC so I can demonstrate this, okay? So we'll do a lesson with her, for example. Okay, so it's 8:30 now. So if I give her this piece of cloud, okay, and I use this item, you can see that nothing has changed. She's still at 8:30, she still did the lesson, I still groomed her, and so forth. The only difference is now that she's 4 months younger. So you can see here that she's 15 years and 10 months, whereas before she was 16 years and 2 months, okay, so she's gone down by 4 months. Now if we go into my office, we'll see that your account has just been credited with 2 extra aging points, and that was a result of using the piece of cloud. Now what then does it do? What benefit is using a piece of cloud have? Well, the times that I use piece of cloud is whenever I want to get my horse younger again so I can do lessons a second time. So that's why people use 20 pieces of cloud whenever they're making skillers, because pieces of cloud allow you to increase the number of lessons that you can do with your horse. In combination obviously with the water of youth, then you're increasing the lessons again. So that's one of the reasons people do that, because if they get their horse to close up to 25 and then use the pieces of cloud between 5 years and 25 years, they can make the horse younger again, do more lessons, and that increases the skills overall of the horse. So if I have a look at one of my skillers here, just briefly to show you, so we'll have a look at my skillers. We'll have a look at this one. So you can see this horse here has, if we go over his piece of cloud pack, now this horse has used all 20. I used all 20 pieces of cloud on this horse, and that upped the skills that I then got from lessons that I wouldn't have got had I not used those pieces of cloud. Now, some of the other reasons I use pieces of cloud is if I have a mare who's getting close up to 25 years and she's not immortal and I don't want to lose any skills with her, or even if it's just a regular horse, sometimes I'll age them down if I still need to use them for something. I'll use pieces of cloud to make them younger, to be able to get more foals or to get more skills or so forth. So that's sometimes one of the reasons that I would use it. The item itself doesn't add skills, but it gives you the opportunity to get more skills, or maybe to get more foals if you make the horse younger, or maybe sell more coverings before the horse is maybe getting on in age. Those are some of the reasons that you may decide to use a piece of cloud, and some of the benefits of using a piece of cloud. I wouldn't use piece of clouds specifically to get aging points, because you can get aging points a lot cheaper in other ways. Because if you went and bought a piece of cloud for a pass, okay, you're only getting 2 aging points out of that, and if you go and use some passes to get aging points, you'll get more for doing that. So in that respect, it's not worth it in doing that in that way. But the piece of cloud in itself, the basic premises is that you can make your horse younger to get more coverings out of it, maybe get more foals out of it, to maybe get more skills out of it, or a combination of all of those things. So that's mainly the benefits of using pieces of cloud. But personally, I really only ever use them if it's a skiller. That's like what I use them 90% of the time for, and most of the rest of the time, that very, very small amount, would be whenever I have a mare who's about to go over 25, or a horse that I don't want to go over 25 and I've accidentally aged it 25 and I don't want to lose skills with it. I'll age it down again below 25 so it doesn't start to lose health and then deteriorate, if it's obviously not immortal. But anyway, thank you to Jasmine Blake for requesting the video. I hope you had a lovely day, and bye!